All right, let's talk about it. AI, machine learning, deep learning. You've heard these terms everywhere, right? But what do they actually mean? Today, we're going to cut through all that buzz and make it super simple. Let's dive in.
We all do it. We say AI when we're talking about something like ChatGPT, or we mention machine learning when Netflix gives us a scarily accurate recommendation. So what's the deal? Are they all just the same thing? Well, the short answer is no, but how they're connected is the absolute key to understanding everything. Okay, if you remember just one thing from this entire video, let it be this. The easiest way to think about all of this is to picture a set of Russian nesting dolls. You know, where each one fits perfectly inside the next? Seriously, this one image will make it all click. So let's do it. Let's actually unpack these dolls one by one. We're going to start with the biggest, outermost doll and work our way in. That biggest doll, the one holding everything else, that is artificial intelligence, or AI. Think of it as the giant umbrella term. Basically, anytime a computer does something that would normally require a human brain, like playing a complex game of chess, recognizing your face in a photo, or understanding what you're saying, that's AI. Now, let's crack open that big AI doll. Inside, we find the next one, machine learning, or ML, and this is where it gets really interesting. See, this is a specific way to achieve AI. Instead of a programmer writing thousands of if this, then that rules, the machine learns for itself, just by looking at tons and tons of data. A perfect example is your spam filter in Gmail. Nobody programmed it with a list of every single spammy word, no way. It just learned to spot junk mail by analyzing millions of emails that you and I have marked as spam. It found the patterns on its own. And finally, we get to the center. Inside that machine learning doll is the smallest but honestly the most powerful one of them all. Deep learning, or DL. This is a super advanced type of machine learning that uses something called neural networks, which are kind of inspired by the structure of our own brains to find incredibly complex patterns. This is the cutting-edge tech that powers things like Siri understanding your accent or your phone unlocking just by seeing your face. So, let's put it all together one more time. Deep learning is a type of machine learning, which is a type of AI. See? The dolls fit together perfectly. Once you see it that way, it's not so complicated, is it? Okay, so we've covered the what, but the truly fascinating part is the how. The real difference between these layers is how the machine thinks. It's an incredible evolution, from simply following rules, to finding patterns, to actually understanding context. Let's look at this analogy because it makes things so clear. Traditional AI is like a cook who just follows a recipe. Step 1, step 2, step 3. No changes, just does what it's told. Machine learning is more like a chef who has studied 1,000 different cakes to figure out the patterns of what makes a cake delicious. Now they can write their own recipe. But deep learning? Well, that's on another level. That's like a food scientist who understands the actual chemistry of cooking. They don't just write new recipes, they can invent entirely new dishes because they understand the fundamental principles. And this, right here, this is the real game changer. It's the difference between a computer just recognizing the letters B, A, N, K, and it actually knowing from the rest of the sentence whether you're talking about a riverbank or a financial bank. That's the leap from simple recognition to true comprehension. Okay, let's bring this down to earth with an example you literally have in your hands every single day. Your smartphone's keyboard. You've actually watched this technology evolve right under your thumbs. So step 1 was basic AI. You'd type GOI and it would suggest going based on a simple dictionary rule. Then came step 2, machine learning. The keyboard got smarter. It learned from millions of texts that after someone types I am, they often type going or working. It learned the pattern. But now, the best keyboards use step 3, deep learning. If you've just been texting about your vacation and you type I'll meet you at the, it might suggest airport. It understands the context of your conversation. That's the whole evolution right there in your hand. Pooh! Okay, that was a fair bit of info. So let's just boil it all down. If you're gonna remember anything, remember these 3 key takeaways. First, AI is the big umbrella. It's any tech that makes a computer seem intelligent. Second, machine learning is the method. It's about teaching a computer by showing it tons of examples to find patterns. And third, deep learning is the powerhouse. That's when we use those brain-like neural networks to tackle the really complex, advanced tasks. And this leads to a simple but really powerful rule you can remember. All deep learning is machine learning, but not all machine learning is deep learning. Think about the dolls, right? The smallest doll is inside the bigger one, but the bigger one can't fit inside the smallest one. It's as simple as that.
So, the next time you're in a conversation and someone just drops the word AI, you're now equipped to actually dig a little deeper. You can ask, hey, are we talking about simple rule-based AI? Or are we talking about pattern learning? Or is this the deep neural network kind of stuff? Because now you actually know the difference.